this one? Hi. Hi! It's me, Billy Goose, the silly goose, and today, oops, I just kicked my webcam. I am refusing to be bested by a chair. Frick this chair, okay? I want to make it on stream. I figured I can, and so I will. I'm determined. I'm so determined. I got a new hot glue gun. Things are gonna be great. Oh my gosh, am I? No, I'm not muted. Okay, I thought I was muted for a second. That would have been tragic. Let's pop on the webcam. So to make this chair, we're gonna need cardboard, right? Like, oh my, I'm very excited. I'm getting ahead of myself though. Trying to think. I have minor updates, right? Like very small updates that I can give right now on what's going on with me. So maybe I should do that first. Yeah, you know what? Let's talk for a bit. Let's talk for a bit. Why not? It's been a minute. Nothing like too well. Nothing tragic, if that makes sense. But my plans to move have been delayed a little bit, only by a couple months. But work news was not what we were hoping, so that changes the plan a little bit. So it's just extending the plan, but the plan is still on. So I will be moving back to New England soon enough, but not soon enough. And I've been getting shit done. I've been getting a lot of shit done. I've been like doing a lot of cooking and like cleaning and repairing and planning. But yeah, nothing too bad. Nothing too bad. How's everybody else doing? How you doing, Light? You miss me. And then you can say goodbye to the corn. Yes, I can't wait to say goodbye to the corn. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Frick the corn. You're doing fine? Good, good. You miss me? Yay, they like me. They really like me. Yeah, that's basically the only real update. Like, I'm trying to think if there's anything major otherwise that's going on. I mean, back home stuff is still back home stuff. Getting through that, you know, like it's going slow, but it's going. So there's hope there. But yeah. So in terms of this chair, I made a little pattern, sort of, where let me grab my doll so that I can show you what I've done. I measured out like a spot for her body, and I measured about how high I want the arm to be, but I didn't really calculate in the seat, so I might make this arm like a little bigger. Actually, I like it, so it'll be fine. And then I'll make the back after I've assembled the first part of the chair. Good to know that things are moving. Yeah, they're moving slowly, but surely. So I am going to cut out this pattern, and I think I'm going to trace it onto cardstock, just because I'm yapping. And if it's on cardstock, it'll be easier to trace onto cardboard, which then I'm going to have to trace it a bunch of times. My lines are like surprisingly straight today. Oh my goodness. I was a little worried that I was going to have shaky hands. I've had a lot of caffeine. The chair has it coming. Yeah, screw the old chair. The old chair broke like immediately after stream. I made a plan this time. Yeah, right? Like, it's impressive. I'm surprised. I'm surprised too. Crafting without a plan is fun, but it always goes wrong. It always goes wrong, especially if I'm on stream. Like, I can fix things when I'm not on stream, but when I'm on stream, then I panic and I'm like, oh no, how am I gonna fix this? And then I don't, and I move on to another craft. So we got our seat base, and we're gonna need at least one of those. And it should be the same width as like the seat frame. The arm is just one piece, but I'm gonna have to make that 4 times. The seat frame, I need at least 2 of. Heck yeah. And then I have cardstock right here. Ah, don't lose my pieces. So we'll trace that, and hopefully it'll come out relatively straight. I have a tendency to make wonky lines when I'm tracing things. And I'm gonna write on this too, so like I don't forget, because the seat frame and the arm are like very easily confused. Last stream you mentioned that a spider was spawning babies. Since then, 2 more batch. That's awful. That's awful. And kill them with fire. Well, or maybe not fire. I don't burn your house down. But kill them with hairspray. That is not a straight line. I can tell that's not a straight line. What is that? That's a straight line. Hell yeah. It's a tiny one. Spiders are still spiders. They're still spiders. What has a spider ever done? Well, I guess that's not fair. Spiders, they do come in handy. They can be useful creatures. I'm okay with them when they're outside, but the second they enter my home, that's a big ol' nope. You have no idea where the other approximately 200 of them went? Maybe it was like in Charlotte's Web where a bunch of them just like fly off, you know? Have you ever seen Charlotte's Web? Charlotte's Web's a great movie. I think it was this line that I drew that I want to cut on. I probably should have cut out the base of the seat before cutting the arm of the chair, but you know, fuck it, we ball. Yep. Those are the only kind of spiders I want. I want spiders to leave me like good morning messages, you know? Oops, I'm holding that way too close. If they left me like good morning messages or could spell out things for me, then I would totally appreciate spiders more. You just hope they aren't hiding as battalions. Imagine. Honestly, it wouldn't even surprise me. Spiders are smart and strategic. Is this too long? Just a little bit. I'll cut off that little spot right there. Perfect. So for the seat frame, I could have also just cut it out like this, like I did for the other chair to make one thing, but I think it'll look neater with the 2 pieces. I'm hoping. I'm hopeful. I have smaller cardboard to cut on first so that hopefully I don't have to waste too much cardboard. Which it's just cardboard, you know, if I waste it, I waste it, but I almost made this out of foam board, but then I was like, if I fuck up, that's such a waste. Foam board's expensive. And I need 4 of these, if I'm not mistaken. Trying to hold it without having it move is like surprisingly hard. There's this one spider with venom that has the quality of providing eternal wood. I feel like that's a problem, but I guess it's like a good, like, it could be the other way around, like, and then that would be a really bad problem, but like would that be a problem? I mean, you might get uncomfortable, but then eventually you get used to it, right? Ah, that was not a straight line. Okay, I think those are relatively straight lines. If it didn't last for days, but like, You could have a really fun few days, you know? I don't know. To me, that doesn't sound like necessarily a problem, but what do I know? I can't relate. There we go. I'm gonna make 2 of these and hope for the best. And I'm gonna be smart and use a razor to cut this. But I feel like, okay, every time I do doll crafting videos, I feel like I have to do a disclaimer of like, this isn't safe necessarily, don't try this at home, because you never know when a child is gonna be like, oh, doll furniture. And I'm like, I swear to God, if some little child cuts off their finger and then tries to sue me, I'm going to punt that kid into outer space. My videos are intended for a general audience. Parental supervision is required. I'm gonna cut it on the cutting board too, so that I don't ruin my table as if like my table isn't kind of disgusting. Wouldn't be too terrible, but that's the side effect. That's potentially deadly. Oh. Oh, well. I mean, that would suck. That would suck to die from a spider bite and be like embarrassingly rock hard, especially if you're somewhere silly, like on the toilet. And then it's just like, oh, this person clearly died this way. Only to find out later it was a spider bite. Okay, we got 1 straight line. Can we go for 2? I don't think anybody understands how much I was obsessing over how the hell do I make a chair. Like, I was thinking about this for days. I was like, I need a redemption. I need to redeem myself. I want to be an expert crafter. And like, here I am, failing at chairs. It was like a hyperfixation for days. For days. But I figured it out. So I guess it made me stronger, you know? Also, that's not a straight line. You can't see that, but like you can now. That's not straight. Oh no. Sometimes you just have to sit in the chair and let it win. This is true. This is true. But I made one. I made one successfully. Hold on, let me grab it because like it's not that far away. Let me just show you the essence of what we're making. It's going to be a little different, like, because I do want to clean up my craft a little bit. But it's got legs. I added the legs after I posted a picture on Twitter. It's made of literal cardboard and hot glue, and then faux leather from the dollar store. And then the seat comes out. And this is like parts of the areas I think I could clean up. Like this pillow could be done a lot neater. The back of the pillow is so ugly. It's so cute. Yeah, right? It looks like it belongs in like a salon. I don't know why. I do kind of want to put trim around the edge here because there is some seams that are a little ugly. And I think it could just be slightly better, you know? Slightly better. So that's the goal today, is to make a slightly better chair. But it's a comfortable chair, and like Janelle freaking loves it. She fits in there perfectly. Billie fits in there enough. I feel like her legs need to bend a little more at the knees. I kind of want to replace the body, or maybe like remake this doll because she's giving me the ick. Her face is just giving me the ick. Like, hi. Yeah, I used to have one just like it besides the legs. Yeah, I've seen a bunch of them. Like, it looks like an IKEA chair, right? It just looks like an IKEA chair. I've seen them with and without legs. I don't know which ones I prefer, honestly. I feel like the legs, like, because I was able to add like a touch of gold, made it pop. But that might just be me. And since that line's not straight, I'm not going to cut that one out. I'm going to retrace it 2 more times, but I am going to cut the one next to it. This particular piece of cardboard has like really fat corrugations, and it's just like crumpling under the knife. I might just use scissors. Straight up, like I know you're not supposed to necessarily use scissors on cardboard if you want nice crisp lines, but I think it might unironically work a little better here. Yeah, like look at that. That kind of worked better. You totally wouldn't have a heart attack if that Billie showed up out of nowhere. She's spooky. Sometimes I forget where I put her and then I find her and I'm like, oh. That particular version of me is just scary. She's like my evil alter ego. I might have to trim these up a little bit. I don't know if they're going to be the exact same. No, they're pretty good. They're pretty good. I might have to clean them up just a little bit, but overall they're pretty good. This was just like a Pringles container. Alter ego. Yeah, this is totally not just me. Like, oh my god. And the fact that like sometimes I'll be holding her and her head just goes boop. And I'm like, oh. She's scary. I need to fix her. I can fix her by replacing her. I'll keep her around, but she's scary. I'm not put that piece of cardboard to the side because we're not using it, but we are going to use this. Maybe I should just replace the blade. Maybe my blade's dull. That could be it. So I almost chopped my finger off, dropping my little mini knife. I totally didn't just drop everything. That's fine. Look at my blades. This one's new, so we'll use this one. It's the last one in my package, unfortunately. And it is stuck. Came in a cute little container, though. Your friend would be terrified if she moved in front of him. It's so spooky. I don't blame them. It's giving like Annabelle energy. And this drawer does not want to go back in. Beautiful. Beautiful. That's fine. Everything's fine. And so I'm going to carefully put that there. And then boom, we got a knife. I'm wondering if it'd actually be... Tell me how I cut that straighter without the ruler. Tell me. How did that work? See if I can do it again. I'm going to start a little lower so that I don't... Okay, maybe my luck ran out a little bit. That's not as straight as it could be, but it's fine. It's straight enough. For the middle piece, I'm going to use scissors, though. For the middle line, because I think this is the seat. So I've got 3 of the seat. How many do I need? Or no, these are the arms, aren't they? Hold on, let me go back to my patterns. These are the arms. These are the arms. Duh. Duh. And then I have to put another one on here. Speaking of updates, you've been learning some video editing from a guy who makes clips. Ooh! I've been practicing a little bit of video editing on just like some of my old content to see what I can do with it. But I don't know. Editing like is one of those things I used to love doing, and then over time I kind of grew resentful of it. I wanna refine that love though, because I feel like it could be really useful. But that's wicked cool. Garbage. And we'll put this one. So smooth. Yeah, I think it was totally my blade. I was like bashing on this cardboard, and it was absolutely my blade. It wasn't the cardboard's fault. Sorry, cardboard. Need to have my recycling bin over here. Indeed, you're thinking of making clips? Ooh, that'll be fun. That'll be so fun. Okay, arms, base. I need more cardboard. I had a big piece of cardboard. Where'd I put it? It's so big I can't even fit it in a frame. Oh. The question is, can I fit it on my table comfortably with all this other shit? Probably. And I also should probably plug in the hot glue guns. I have two. I'm like double fisting hot glue guns today. I might not need to plug that one in yet though. That is the precision tip. These are the glue guns we'll be working with. One's a mini and then one's a precision. So if we have to do any detail gluing, we'll use the black one. But if we want just regular gluing, we'll use the white one. Hi, new to chat. Welcome, welcome, May. We're trying to build a chair. We're getting there. We're getting there. It's a little challenging, not gonna lie. So let's trace our seat base. I'm gonna go to like the corner of the cardboard, so hopefully I don't have to cut as many lines. And I'm gonna do two, just so I have a backup plan in case one goes wrong. I don't think I'll need 2 layers for this though. Yeah. That's cool, thank you. I managed to make one off stream. I was just showing it off. I'm very excited about it. It's so cute. And it fits my Barbies. And it's so clean, except for where it's not clean. Yeah. We're gonna try to make it better though. Improvement. Character development. Yeah. Let's see if I can cut a straight line. I did it. Will this fit this way? I have so much stuff on this table, guys. It's so bad. I should have cut this cardboard smaller. How am I going to do this? Too much stuff. I have a little paint palette in my way. But it's so cute. Nom. What noises do turtles make? Do turtles make noises? Is that a thing? I'm picturing them to make like the same little glub glub noise as fish make, but do fish even really make the glub glub noise, or is that just like what we want them to sound like? Random questions with Billy Goose. I'm gonna need this cardboard later, so I am gonna put it to the side. Your girlfriend got your dog's mini chairs from Walmart and they chewed them up the next. Oh! Well, at least you know they liked them. At least it made them happy. I'd be mad though. I would be so mad. Okay, so I think how I want to glue this is it's going to be like that in the front. So the shorter edge with the front piece from our pattern, and then one in the back. And I am going to want 2 more of these front pieces because I'm going to wrap the front pieces in either leather or fabric. I haven't decided yet. I kind of was going to let you guys pick, I think, because I have like this white faux leather, but then I also have this fabric from an old pair of pajama pants. And I'm like, I think either could be really cool. I'm leaning the leather because I've glued with it before and like, I know it glues up well, but I think this one looks cozy. Dogs looked at 2 chairs and everything else. Yeah. Yeah. Today my cat was chewing on my finger and I was like, I thought cats didn't chew things like this. Like, what the hell? I think he's part dog. I'm like legitimately convinced. So let's see. I'm gonna put a bead here. And glue on our little front piece. Trying to make it as like level and straight as possible. I want some clean edges. And then the same for this one. I probably should have warmed up the precision tip glue gun. Already regretting my decisions. Okay. Now, this is a low temp hot glue gun, so I can actually just like stick my finger in the glue. I have built up a tolerance. Yeah, that looks like a seat, like a seat. And then for these ones, they're gonna go in the front like that. We have to figure out the measurement between these two pieces. So back to our handy dandy graphing paper. First, I'm gonna make sure these are kind of straight and get that measurement. Your puppy does that with your empty soda. Oh my gosh, you have 3 dogs and the new one's a puppy? Oh my god, I love puppies. I love puppies. My puppy is like 7 years old. I have 3 cats. And then 1 dog, who's amazing. And the only reason I haven't gotten more dogs is because she's so amazing that I literally can't imagine having another dog that's better. He's been demanding bottles to chew. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. He knows what he wants. He knows what he likes. Okay, so I'm gonna try to figure it out because I have no idea what I'm doing. I do, but I don't, if that makes sense. We need it to be that wide, but we need it to be this tall. So I'm like that line. I'm just gonna mark the top of it so I can straighten up that line. And then I'm gonna bring it over how long? I want to bring it up just a little bit. So I'm gonna bring it to this line. I'm bad at counting squares. I mean, I'm bad at counting in general, but on graphing paper, it is so hard. Yesterday he saw you walking to your room with water bottle and he just started barking. Oh, what a sweet boy. So my cat has started drooling on me and I looked it up and apparently it's a sign of like excitement and happiness, but I think it's a sign of disgustingness and I don't know what to do about it because I'm like, I'm happy that he loves me, but I could do without the drool, you know? I could definitely do without the drool. We're gonna get this cut up. Hopefully it stays square-ish. I think it's a rectangle, but I want the corners to be square. All square. Have you ever played Turf Masters? I reference Turf Masters a lot, and I don't know if anybody notices, but I love Turf Masters. You have 2 cats, Mr. Big and Cheese Puff. Oh! You went 2 years without knowing it was a girl. Oh my god, that's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense. A lot of people, like, will find out that their pets are different than they realized, but, like, that's crazy. I thought that only happened in movies, where it's like, oh, turns out Mr. Magoo was actually a Mrs. Magoo. I don't know why I named pets Mrs. and Miss Goo, but like, you know. So we're gonna cut 2 of these. And then for the other 2, we need to subtract the height of the base. Hoping that I'm like relatively in shot here. Like that. Sure. That worked. That worked. Okay, and then the front, we're gonna just use it as a guide. I need to cut off that much and that much. I think those are even. We will find out. Since she had kittens? Oh my god, I bet they're cute though. I bet they're cute. I love kittens. My cats are just now losing their kitten features, and it makes me so happy but so sad at the same time. Because I'm like, oh, my boys are growing up! But at the same time, they're growing up too fast. And they're not going to be kittens anymore. They were barely kittens when we got them, though. They were like a few months old. They didn't have that cute little like ball texture or shape when you first get kittens, and they're like just little tiny balls. Your dog Billy's his name. Oh, yeah, he's totally named after me. Looks like he was the calmest of the bunch, but he's proven himself to be an anarchist. Oh. You know what they say though? Bad pets are good pets because it means they're comfortable with you to be themselves, you know? You know? Like, if he didn't trust you, he would just hide in a corner and not be a little terror. That was not straight. I need to use a ruler. I keep refusing to use a ruler and then wondering why my lines are getting crazy. Just use the freaking ruler, Billy. There we go. That's significantly straighter. And now that I have the line, I can go in without the ruler to just score the paper on the other side. Yeah. Nice snap. Thank you! Snaps all around. Let's see, I'm gonna try to get this one. I didn't draw these lines very straight, so I am gonna use the ruler for this one. Do you hear how corrugated? How do you say that? The cardboard is though? It's like got that thick corrugation. I can't say the word! It's no much easier to cut with the ridges though than against them. I'm gonna use scissors for this part. The blasphemy of cardboard cutting. We don't need that piece. And we don't need that piece. So if I did my measurements correctly, which like, who's to say? Who's to say really? Well, I can already tell that I did something wrong. How did I? Give me a second here. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. How did I do this so wrong? Already? Okay, you know what? That's fine. That's fine. We will use this as an opportunity to grow as a crafter. Totally not just pulling shit out of my ass, making it up as I go. We need it to be this thin. So I will mark that. Cut along here. I'm gonna do it again. The chair's fighting back. I told you it's the revenge arc. It's a match. We're fighting. You barely any use rulers. You're a digital artist and animator. Oh, that's so cool. I rarely use rulers unless I think it's necessary, but measuring's not my strong suit. Digital art makes it easy with the straight lines though. Like you can hold it in place and it'll automatically snap. And that's like my favorite part of digital art. That and the symmetry tool. I really love the symmetry tool. Okay, let's see if that's any better. I would think so. Yeah, that's much better. So now we just have to do the same. I gotta figure out the height for this too. It's the right height, so I just have to knock off about an inch on these pieces. I'm like losing track of some of these pieces. That's not a good sign. Wait a minute. Okay, that's the same height. I was like, did I just use the wrong piece to measure? But it's the same height. It's the same height. It's okay. We're okay. So that's the seat. This is this seat. And this is the same as this. Okay. I've done it. I've done it. I figured it out. Let's put like that. And they don't have to be like perfect. I am gonna glue everything so I can kind of smooth it out with the glue. So then I'm going to glue these pieces on, like so. That's still just a little bit long. Just a little bit long though. I'd rather have it be a little too short than a little too long, which I know is probably not smart, but yeah. Yeah, like that. Real paint and bucket. You're constantly playing around with an iron ruler you have. It's gotten sharp. Oh my gosh. I can see that. I could see how like a metal ruler would get sharp. Honestly, what a flex would that be though, to like purposely sharpen your ruler and then like whack. It's like when like nuns would be like whack, but like slice. But not on measurements. Yeah, I don't measure things. I don't measure things. And then, oop. What was this for then? Seat base. Oh, okay, I'm done. So I guess we just glue from this point. And I'm going to glue them behind, I think, to make it prettier. That makes sense to me. That makes sense to me. So I'm gonna glue on the longer, taller piece, the thicker piece, and get that one clump of glue out of here, completely ignoring the fact that the hot glue is hot. And stick it like right on there. And then I will do like that, I think. So if I glue on top of here, I probably just should have cut. Oh my gosh, did I just realize why it wasn't completely right? No, that's fine. That's fine. I was like, it needs to go this way. So I can't mess that part up. I gotta do this right. I gotta redeem myself. The last chair came out so silly. Yeah, it's a little short. It's a little short. But you know what? It's okay. We can fix it with the back piece because the back piece is going to have multiple layers of cardboard anyways. It'll be fine. It'll be... It was in fact not fine. I had it right the first time and I doubted myself and I cut extra cardboard off. I had the base flipped the wrong way around. Ugh! Okay, let's see what we can salvage here. This is a little too short for the arm, so we're gonna have to rip that off. Gosh darn it. Not giving up. I'm not gonna quit. I'm not gonna quit. I'm not gonna give up. It'll be fine. These two pieces, we'll put those to the side for now. That's okay. The emotions are rising. Only a little bit, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine, right? So was it this one? Yeah, it was this template that we used. We'll just cut them out again. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. Crafting is an experience. It's a journey. It's a journey. I really should have like labeled all these pieces. So this I'm just gonna like write faintly front on because it's gonna get covered anyways. Yeah. And then on all of these, I'm gonna just put an A for arm. Now I know. Now I know. At least I've gotten better at cutting cardboard. I was gonna laugh so hard if I fucked that up while, like, right after being like, oh, at least I've gotten better. It would be such my luck. But no, I actually do think I've gotten better at cutting the cardboard. I'm gonna go over it one more time. I don't want to mess up the cardboard paper on the other side. Where is it stuck? There we go. Watching while you're trying to book your family vacation at the beach. Ooh! Beach, beach, beach. I love the beach. It's part of the reasons I can't wait to move back home. It's a seasonal beach, but there's beaches. I'm a professional after all. Don't jinx it. That's true, that's true. I'm so good at jinxing things. It's like another level. Okay, that lines up like perfect for the time being. Now, what is this piece? And why that's not the piece that I need. So now we need to measure like that much off of one. Or just on the pattern. No, off of this one. And then I'll bring my cardboard back. Trace this square. Like so. Mark where I need to cut off. Line it up again. Don't hit it. I keep hitting it. Then, boop. We got this. Oh, that went off track. But I actually think it's a little bit straighter, unironically. gonna shred the cardboard. When in doubt, cut the paper in the back. Okay. Now where'd our seat go? For real this time. For real. Yes. I could probably trim like a little bit off the edge just to make it fit a little more comfy. Yeah. So, once again, here I am once again. And glue this piece. And if the glue is ugly, it's a-okay. It's a-okay. And then I'm going to attach the other one to the other side, the other arm piece. Now we're grooving. What's the saying? Now we're cooking with gas. That feels still not right. Like, I feel like I could wrap that around here. And that's not what I want necessarily. I want it to be like, but I guess when we add the back piece, it'll be fine. Maybe I cut one more of this size and I glue it to the back. I think I like that plan. We're just gonna bulk her up. Give her some gains. And try not to cut our fingers off while we cut a very tiny piece of cardboard. Booked! Hell yeah! You booked a suite at a hotel! Ooh, 4th floor. At least they should probably have, like, an elevator, right? Could be worse. Could be worse. But it's gonna be having, like, such a nice view if you're up that high. Ooh. What did I... Oh, okay. Keep forgetting which side's the front. I marked it and everything. This is the front. And yeah, we're just gonna glue that on just like so. Yeah, that'll glue up so much nicer. So we're gonna grab another hot glue gun stick. I have a whole bag. I don't know when I accumulated this many, but at some point in my life, I became a glue stick hoarder. And now we can take the smaller piece, which I want to say is one of these. It's still a little tall, so how am I going to remedy that? I suppose just cutting off, like, I'm going to bend the cardboard if I do it that way. I'm going to cut it with scissors. I'm going to cut it with scissors. I don't care anymore. I don't care if this is the proper way of cutting cardboard. It's a way of cutting cardboard. Still a little tall in the back. So we're going to cut off this side. Hell yeah. That fits significantly better. You could have gotten 8? Ooh. Yeah. I can see how that would be more expensive and like too expensive. Who defines proper anyways? That's true. If it works and it's stupid, then it isn't stupid, right? That's how I look at it. Oh no, I forgot to put glue here. And I'll fix the back as well. I am just gonna like lump a little glue. I'm gonna be gluing another piece on the front with it covered in fabric, so it should be fine. Realistically. I am overthinking. Who would have thought? Me overthink? Never. But that worked. That worked. We've got one arm down. One arm down. Yeah. And then I just have to do the same thing. So I did like this first, I think. I just want to make sure that I'm doing it to the right side, because that would stink if I... Yeah. Yeah. I'm doing it right. I'm gonna have a chair. Well, a second chair. Oh my gosh, my dolls can have people over. They're gonna have a second chair, and they're gonna be living their best life. Oh, I see why it was longer. And you know how I was confused why it was like a little longer earlier? It's because I'm gluing these to the outside and I measured exact to that. So I didn't account for the like cardboard going to add like a ½ centimeter there. But now that we fixed it, it's not a big deal. But I figured out. Chairs coming together. My glue could be neater. I think that would be a big improvement. Ah. So we're gonna glue like that. You know what? I'm gonna put the glue right here. I'm realizing I could have made these full boxes and it probably would have glued up a lot easier. But, you know, I like a challenge. And then we have to cut off about like just a little bit off of here, because you can see kind of in this corner where it's not lining up perfect. So if I just mark these very, very finely. And then, boom, okay, perfect. I do need to secure this a little better because she is trying to fall apart, and I don't love that for her. Also, for the other pattern, I made a pattern that was just like this all as one piece before, and I do think that that might have been stronger in retrospect. That glue is a little bit hotter than I remember it being. Why is this side so strong and this side so weak? What? Maybe it's that fourth piece. Just gonna hold it a second so that it can glue up properly. It'll be fine. You could have made a couch. I could have made a couch. I don't know if I have enough fabric to cover a couch is honestly the only reason I held off on that, because I'm like, I know I have just enough to cover a chair. I'm going to remember to glue all 3 sides that I want to be glued together this time, because I learned from my mistakes. Even though if I didn't learn that, like, that's not the line I wanted to glue on. Wanted to glue here. Okay. Okay. That's not so bad. It could be better. It could be a lot worse. Could be a lot worse. I do think I need to trim this piece down again, though. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that with how it's currently looking. We'll figure it out. It'll be fine. This arm, though, is like really wonky. I don't know how I managed to get it so janked up. I'm going to take it apart. Me, it's fine. Also me, I'm going to take it apart. Because I don't like that that is so lopsided. It was looking weird. Maybe I can force it into being more square. What if I... Hear me out. What if I take, like, this edge off? Just take the edge off a little bit, you know? Oh, no. And then I force it between those two pieces. Yeah. Getting flashbacks to when I cut it too small, so I'm like hesitant to cut off the amount that I actually need to. But the visitors don't have to sit on the ground anymore. Figure out how to do it while you do it, then you start over to do it right. Yeah, well, I did it once. I made one chair successfully. I thought for sure I could do it again, but then I was like, I'm gonna be cool and I'm gonna change the pattern a little bit. That was my fatal flaw. If I had just stuck to my pattern, the first pattern for the other chair, we probably honestly would have been at the upholstering stage by now. But what's the fun in that? What's the fun in doing a craft that you actually know how to do? Okay, that looks better though. See, that already looks significantly better. They're a little more even. A little bit. The back's still weird. It's like, I don't know. That's not a very square rectangle. What happened here? What happened? You know what? We're just gonna go with it. Nobody's gonna know. Nobody's gonna notice. It'll be fine. I'll use the wider piece as the front, and we'll use the, like, curved and yeah, that way. That way. Yeah, we can totally cover it up. Ooh, have fun food. Or have good food. Ah. Okay, so for this part, we have to sketch a back. And the reason I held off drawing this part of the pattern is for pretty much exactly the reasons we just outlined of, like, it's not square. So I'm going to draw our pattern. And I do want it to go over the arms. So that's gonna have to be cut off, that little piece right there. And then I think I'm just gonna draw it up like that much. That piece. I will fix it. This is like the reason why I feel like at the start of these crafting videos, I have to put a disclaimer, because like cutting like this is not safe. Cutting like this is absolutely not safe. I wish I had a little saw. Maybe if I use my razor scissors. This is not what these are intended for, but oh, hell yeah. Nice sharp cut. Perfect. And when I cut this pattern, I'm going to cut it like a little bit smaller, I feel like. Ooh, have fun at your convention. Have fun, have fun. So for the base, I think I'm gonna do exact on the base and exact on the sides. Sort of. I'm gonna straighten them out a little bit. Somebody just honked outside. The audacity. The audacity. Who is honking in my yard? But up here, I think I'm gonna do a little bit smaller. We'll test fit the pattern and make sure it fits a little bit loose because when we wrap it, it is gonna bulk things up a bit. Bulky boy. Okay, now test fit. Which side is wider? This side is wider. So test fit. And yeah, that's like, it would fit, but it's very tight. So we're gonna fold it in half. Sort of. I don't think that was in half, but close enough. And also I wanted to measure how far down. I think I'm gonna cut like a square and a half off the edge of the top part. And then I'm gonna cut down this so it's straight. So it'll account for my hot glue and whatever fabric we end up using. Hopefully that wasn't too small. That was too small. That's like way too small, but you know, we'll look it up. We'll look it up. Another goose is challenging you. They have no idea who they're up against. Who's challenging me? Who dare challenges the goose? We'll figure that out. It'll work. It'll work. Let's try this side. And then I'm just gonna ever so slightly straighten this line out. Ever so slightly. Because I did make it just a little too small on the pattern. And we're gonna hope for the best. And like, worst case is the worst case. I probably should have traced this onto cardstock so that I could get a more even trace on the cardboard. But we're balling. We're gonna ball. Sad to inform you that you only have one Pepsi can left. Oh no! But the Pepsi. Oh my gosh, have you ever played Pepsi Man? We should play Pepsi Man on stream sometime. It's like Subway Surfers, but with Pepsi Man. Pepsi Man! It's so good. It's such a good game. We'll have to play that sometime. I'm turning the cardboard instead of like turning my knife because I only know how to cut a straight line if I'm pulling straight down. Otherwise, they get extra wonky. Okay. Okay. I think that is perfect, actually. Oh. Oh, that's perfect. It's a little loose in the middle, which is just what we want. We'll make sure to have more Pepsi for that occasion. It'll be so good. It'll be so good. It'll be so fun. So now we have partially a fun part. We have to remeasure the seat a little bit because we're going to have to make cushions. And then we can upholster. And you know what? I'm going to use a knife. She's got a knife. One of these days, I'm just going to cut my fingers off on stream and nobody's going to be surprised. Except for me, probably. That kind of works, but I'm going to just trim a little bit more. Just a little bit. A wee bit. So that it fits loosely. That's still really snug. More snug than I would like. Maybe if I cut off this side. Just a pinch. And then accounting for the back piece, we want to trim a little bit off the other edge. Now, I am going to have to cut out at least one more of these for sturdiness in the back. We'll do that real quick. You found out that besides one side of your body being super strong than the other, the weaker one's way more flexible. That makes sense. That makes perfect sense. Where you have more muscles, I feel like it's hard to be flexible. I want to get like super buff. Not like, okay, maybe not like super buff, but I want to get like buff enough where people are afraid to fuck with me, if that makes sense. I think that would be fun. I don't want to be like super skinny. I don't want to be like Arnold Schwarzenegger, but I want to be like, I don't know, kickboxing level of buff. I think that would be fun. I feel like kickboxing would be so cool. I've always wanted to try it. I think that's one of my other New Year's resolutions that I didn't mention is kind of want to try kickboxing. You know what I mean? Yeah! It could be so good. I want to just take off, like, I don't know how this one ended up being so much bigger than the other one. So I want to make them match, but I think I'm going to glue them together first. And I'm just using hot glue for this part. I've thought about using white glue, but ain't nobody got time for that. Legit. And now that that's glued, I'm going to use my razor scissors. These are not my sewing scissors. I feel like I have to say that so anybody who sews doesn't look at these and be like, oh my god, she's using her sewing scissors for cardboard. No, no, no. They're technically my leather scissors. But they work really good on this cardboard. Perfect. She's cleaned up. And then we need one more for the bottom of the cushion. And I figured by tracing this, I'm getting a more accurate shape than like tracing the pattern, to be honest. I think, yeah, because then this goes in here. And one more plus fabric would definitely, or felt would definitely be good. You know what? I'm just going to cut that whole strip off. I will have a chair. A fully upholstered, super sexy chair. While bodybuilders have a lot of muscle, they also turn their bodies into a liability. Yeah. Also, I've noticed a lot of people will like super work out but not train for functionality at all. So like you want to make sure you're doing all the muscles, not just the glamour ones, you know? A lot of people forget how important it is. I'll cut off just a little bit on the side. Just a little bit. And then boom. And I was like, boom, put it in the net like slam. Hear the crowd yelling out jam. I swear that I'm telling you the facts. And that's how I beat Shaq. That song has been stuck in my head since I had those Shaq gummies. Which, by the way, were pretty good. In case anyone was ever wondering, like, they're pretty good. They weren't the best gummies I ever had, but they definitely weren't the worst. I think this one's just wider than the other one somehow. I mean, it's probably because I traced cardboard and not paper. That actually makes perfect sense why it's wider, but plus they try to gain body mass, not get stronger. That's true. That's true. I want to be super strong. I want to be the strongest goose that anyone has ever seen. I want them to see me and be like, wow, that's a buff goose. Hell yeah. It's a little bit, I don't know when this side got shorter than this side. I'm assuming here. Should I fix that? I don't think I can fix that. You know what? It's fine. Nobody will notice. What people don't notice won't kill them. And now next I'm going to take some felt. This is just dollar store felt. And I'm going to trace 2 layers of this. I need a marker. I probably should have thought about that. You think that in exercise we need to achieve balance? Yeah, mobility training, they train your natural strength and flexibility. That's so cool. Unrelated, but I'm making a fruit glazed pork tonight. I'm so excited. It's gonna be delicious. It's basically like a barbecue-based glaze with pineapple and brown sugar, a little bit of garlic. And then I think I'm gonna do rice and Brussels sprouts. I don't know if Brussels sprouts are the right vegetable to have with it, but I have some bacon that I want to cook up. And I'm like, I could just put the bacon in the Brussels sprouts. Food! I love food. I'm legitimately thinking of like, how can I set up my camera in my kitchen to record what I'm cooking on like a nightly basis. So I can just make a compilation of like things I've cooked in a week. I think that would be so fun. It's just hard when like I'm trying to have a normal kitchen at the same time, you know? I don't want it to be always a like recording area. I don't know if it's an ingredient or the way I said it, but it sounds delicious. Thank you. Last night, I made tortellinis with a garlic cream sauce featuring spinach and red bell peppers. So good. And then the night before that, I made the same sauce, but I added shrimp when I put it on linguine. 10 out of 10. I've been cooking a lot. I've been trying to save money and like not just buy pre-prepared foods. And I've been getting so creative with it. It's so fun. Not gonna lie, I've been having more fun cooking the past like week and a half than I have had cooking in a while. Because I get creative. Now you're getting hungry. Me too. Me too. I'm hoping I can wrap this chair up, like not super soon. I don't want to rush it, but like soon enough where I can make food. I think in the Brussels sprouts, I'm going to use pearl onions too. I've never cooked with them before, but I have a bag in my freezer that I'm like, I think that could be so yummy. I've eaten them before. I just haven't cooked with them myself. I'm under the impression that they'll roast really well with the Brussels sprouts, though. I miss cooking with you guys. I miss cooking on stream. That was really fun. I want to do it again soon, but I'm like trying to get so much done and it's just stressing me out. I also found a recipe book that has like nostalgic recipes, and I think it's like literally called Nostalgic Recipes. I found it at Five Below, so like I don't know. There's definitely some typos in it, and it's not like the most professional cookbook I've ever found, but it has classic recipes from the 50s to the, I want to say 80s, but it might be 90s. There might be a couple 90s recipes in there. But that's where I learned how to make like my homemade sloppy joes, and they were so good. They were so good. I'm telling you. I'll never go back to Manwich. Okay, I'm gonna have to hold it with the cardboard facing up in order to cut off any of the excess fabric. Probably should have waited for the glue to dry a little more before trying to cut this, but we ball. This part does not want to cut. Come on. There we go. Oh, yeah. You figured at one point in your life you just want to move to some small community somewhere where people produce their own food and stuff. Oh my gosh, I want that so bad. I want to have like a self-sustaining homestead someday. Someday. It's like the big goal, you know? Like I want to like not necessarily Little House on the Prairie level of doing everything on our own, but I would love to have some small livestock, a farm, just enough to grow for like me and my family. He's so good. You can cook everything from scratch. But the sloppy joes that I made, they were super easy. You roast some onions and peppers and like garlic, or not roast, saute. And then you add in the beef, cook it up, drain the fat, and then you add like Worcestershire sauce, some ketchup, some mustard, and like a couple other things. I forget entirely what's in there without looking. Did I glue this backwards? I did. Okay, that's fine. it's so good. It's so good. Now I'm gonna glue these pieces together. Actually, I might wrap these pieces so that I don't have to make a whole back piece. Yeah. Yeah. That seems smart. And now for the chair pillow, I think this was the piece that we cut for this. Yes. We're gonna draw out our little chair cushion thing. Where'd my marker go? Right here. And I have a piece of scrap felt. It's a little bit different. I think it might actually be batting, but I think it's the right size, so we're gonna roll with it. You see me rolling, hey. I think I got gunk on my scissors, so they're not wanting to cut as good. So I guess I'll just use these ones, it'll be fine. I don't know how my everyday craft scissors are somehow sharper than my razor ones. Might have something to do with the fact that I just cut a bunch of cardboard with them. Might. Perhaps. I have so many scraps over on the side of my table now. It's a little bit ridiculous. A little bit ridiculous. There's this YouTuber survivalist who's making a farmhouse. He has his own electricity. Oh my gosh. That's so cool. That's so cool. I've seen people do stuff like that before, and it just fascinates me that they can get all this shit done. But also, if that were me, I don't think I'd ever like post video content about it because I'd be so afraid that in a survival situation, like if the grid or something went down or like the zombie apocalypse happened, so many people would just show up at my little farm and I'd have to turn them away or kill them, depending on if they went away on their own. You know what I mean? Sharpening is definitely in order. Absolutely. So we're going to put some batting, followed by some foam. Or I keep saying foam when I mean felt. And they're basically the same but different. You could use foam for this. I just like the felt and I had some on hand. You got to be careful gluing this down because it can absolutely seep through the fabric and like burn your fingers. So, I guess now, do I want to make that seat any taller is the real question. Because if I do, now is the time. I might cut like one more piece of cardboard to facilitate a slightly taller seat. So I'm gonna hold these together and use these scissors that I think just have gunk on them. I'm like pretty sure they just have gunk on them. Get that glued up. Dirt trim. Yeah. Another glue stick because somehow I'm just going through this glue. My glue gun is eating it. Yeah. It's ever so slightly taller now. And I think that's a good thing. So now to upholster, I need to clear some of this scraps off of the desk so that I don't get them accidentally glued in my fabric. We talked about that one time since his channel is basically how to prepare for situations. He already did his part with videos. Yeah, that's how I would feel. Is like, yeah, I already did my part with videos, but you know, some crazy people are gonna be like, what do you mean I idolized you? Outside his tribe to get in. Yeah. I was literally talking to my sister about this recently because we're like, what do we do? What do we do? And so we came up with like kind of a plan, but since we're starting so like soon, like slash recently and not far out, we don't really have like an actual plan yet. We have an idea of a plan. We both have a lot of survival books or survival related books. So other than stockpiling, I think we're like a little bit prepared, you know? I'm trying to get all of the like pattern pieces separated from the scraps, and it is difficult, I'm not gonna lie. They're so small, you don't know what's scrap and what's not. Sometimes the scrap is actually bigger than the pattern piece. The fuck? Okay. I'm thinking I'm gonna use the leather. I'm a little bit afraid to use the leather, but I think it'll be good. I could see this fabric like I don't know, I do think that could be cute. But because it's stripes, I'm worried about getting the stripes to line up 100%. Could be really cozy looking though. I don't know. Thoughts? Thoughts? Do you think stripes or white faux leather? Let me open that so you can get a better look at it. I legitimately don't know which one would be better. I'll take a sip of my coffee in the meantime. Food, water, shelter. Without those, you're screwed. Yeah. Yeah. The goal is to find the stripes. You like the stripes? Okay. The goal is to find a piece of land that can actually like facilitate my dream of doing that, because you know, you need a place to start it all. And I'm like, I can't start stockpiling until I move because that would just be silly, you know? I don't want to move everything. So I'm going to take like, I don't know, a leg of this, and we're gonna see what we can do with that. Probably should measure so that I don't waste fabric or run out, but I think I'll have enough fabric here, and it's stretchy, so like I can make it work. I'm gonna cut down, I'm gonna flip it inside out and cut down the seam. And the little cuff. It's making me kind of sad to cut up these pants because they were so comfy, but they had holes in them. So like, you know, it was time. It was time. For sure. And I do want the stripes to be going up. I think that'll look the best, in my humble opinion. So what I want to do here is kind of just glue it into the seam. I'm going to cut off the excess. I'm a little afraid of cutting it. I want to cut it wrong. I think that'll be okay. And then I think I'm also going to, no, I'm not going to hem it. Because I was like, if I hem it a little bit with the glue, then it might make it cleaner. And it might make it cleaner, but it's going to bulk it up more than I would like. So I'm going to glue it where you can't really see it, in case any of the glue peeks out, or, you know, just so that it doesn't leave any lumps in my fabric. And then I'm going to place the fabric down into that crease, pull it relatively tight, and then I'm gonna trim off a little bit of this excess. And glue it up like that. This is actually holding surprisingly well. I was a little worried that the glue wouldn't stick to this kind of fabric, but it's holding. Way better than expected. Okay, and I can just tuck that up there a little bit. I might have to just put like a dot of glue in that corner. And, oh, try not to get glue on the fabric on the outside. And like there. And then I'm going to do the sides. I'm going to just glue them in, and then I'll do the top. But I'm going to wrap it kind of like a present. And I can tuck any like extra fabric under the bottom corner too. You have a decent chance of staying alive for quite a bit. I think I have like a little better than average. I don't want to like toot my own horn and be like, oh yeah, I could totally survive like a zombie apocalypse or like the blackouts or whatever. But I think I have a better chance than most, but not the best chance, if that makes sense. We should do some sort of like survival game sometime and see like, can Billie survive? I just realized I forgot a really important part. I wanted to cover the arm of the chair with another piece of cardboard. Because now it's got... Frick. I don't know how I'm going to fill that. Will this tear the fabric? Just a bit better than average. Yeah. I think I could maybe slide some cardboard in this way. Okay. Okay, Billie. Let's get creative here. That is not quite the right size. We're gonna make it work. We're gonna make everything work because that's what we do here. We try at least. I'm gonna judge based off of this arm and hope that they're like equal. Yeah. And then I'm just gonna do one bead of glue there and one bead of glue here. And we're gonna try to sneak that in before it dries and hope that our stretchy fabric will be the real MVP here. Oh, I can't believe I forgot this part. I'm so mad at myself. Like, I was doing so good. And then I messed up. Okay. I think that'll have to do. I can't really glue it up any better than it already is right now. So hopefully it holds. And I will fix the other side before we upholster that side. Disappointed! But it doesn't look that bad, especially because we're gonna cover the we're gonna add pieces. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. Oh, I can't believe I messed up. I mean, I can believe I mess up. I mess up all the time, but like, I can't believe I messed up like that. And then we need it to be how thin? Like this thin. Well, you know what? This is just gonna have to be like an old vintage chair somebody found at like a Goodwill, and they're just gonna love it. You know? It might not be as fancy as the black sofa chair, but it'll do. It'll do in a jiff. This is giving like my first college dorm vibes. When anything you find free on the side of the street looks like a good idea. That's fine. Mistakes are teachers that lead to excellency. That's true. That's true. Okay. That works. That kind of works. We're gonna move on to the next arm because I think that's just all we can do. And I'm gonna cut off this little strip because there's a seam here. And how have we already eaten another glue stick? Like, seriously, how have we already eaten another glue stick? This is not okay. I mean, it is okay, but it's like, how? Get a tacky little strip there. And I'm gonna start with this thinner side. Whoop-a. Hot glue. It is hot. And then we're going to tightly roll it this way. Probably have to cut off like a good 2 inches of excess fabric here. But the scraps we can use for the front bits, so I'm going to keep them around. That works. I'm just gonna put some glue on the inside there. Stretch and fold. And then I probably should have saved the corner to tie that up a little neater, but I'm gonna put a line of glue right there. And then we're gonna glue this side. I probably should trim this down just a little bit. You know what? No, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. I'll trim it down at the end. like that. Because this is gonna get a little bulky, a little quick. It's not as neat as the other side. Somehow, I really thought for sure the side would be neater, considering we had to add a piece at the last minute on the other side. But that's okay. We live and learn. We live and learn. Where'd my glue stick? There we go. Some on this side. A little right here. Whatever side ends up looking better, I guess, is the side that will just like decide to be our front. I know I said I like picked a front side multiple times, but whatever side ends up looking better. Ooh, hot, 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 hot. Hot glue. And then I do need a dab here to pull and tuck. Yeah. Oh, hi! I am crafting a chair! A vintage chair that you can find on the side of the road. Exactly. Our last chair didn't have enough dirt and grime and other people's germs, so like, or my last chair, because I made this off stream. Wonder if the goose got the glue gun for Christmas. This one I've actually had forever, and then this one I bought the other day. Because I was like, I need a precision tip. Wah. And then I need a little bit more fabric for the back. So I'm gonna just go higher up the leg of the PJ pants and cut out the thigh. This really is like an upholstery feel though. There's like little ridges and grooves in the stripes. I think they're more of like a knit pajama pants. So it is giving. It's giving chair. Toolbox tour when? Oh my gosh, I should go through the toolbox. I have 3 toolboxes right now. I think only 2 are full, but the rest of the tools are just around the room. Three? Yeah, I have $3 store toolboxes. Right now, one has my clay crafting tools. One has my office, but like tools that are like screwdrivers, knives, things like that. And then one is empty so that it's almost more like a traveling toolbox. And then I have more toolboxes in my garage. Not surprised. At this point, I'm surprised if anyone's surprised. I like tools. I think I can fit both of these pieces on the fabric if I'm careful. So, and because it stretches a little bit, right? So if I lay that one there, we're gonna do the cushion first. Because honestly, I'm the most scared for it. I think what I want to do is cut a little bit of, I'm not even getting this in shot. Hold on, let me get it on the cutting board and show you. I'm going to cut a little bit of this off to match the shape of the cushion. Your tools are scattered around. Your entire house should be a 4th toolbox since you probably have loose tools everywhere. Not everywhere. Not everywhere. I mean, I have a lot of loose tools in a lot of places, but most of my tools are actually out in my garage. The only room that has like a bunch of extra tools right now, I would say, is my bathroom that needs to get finished. But we're getting a quote on that this weekend. because I give up. So I'm going to do the top portion of this first. And then I'm going to push that down and fold that in, I believe. Let's do the bottom so it's fully stretched, however it's going to stretch. We'll cut off a little bit of this excess. And then in the corners of the pattern, I am going to clip in, not all the way to the pattern or the edge, but like, especially on this side, I kind of want to go up and then in so we can get a nice coverage. I'm going to do the bottom part of the T. I have glue all over my fingers. Getting some nice napkins should make some great crafting material. I have a whole bin of old clothes under my desk. Like I have so many old clothes. And then in my craft closet, I still have like stacks of denim and like actual fabric that I've bought. And I'm like, I need to use my materials more often. Partially why I'm so into crafting right now is like, I just want to use up some of my shit. Use it up. Use it or lose it. I'm going to make sure that in this corner, there's a bunch of extra glue. And I'm going to squish them together. And then I'm going to trim off the excess. And then glue down if there's any like flap to kind of just clean that up. There's also some excess right here. Can we just acknowledge that there's like, look how much glue. It's so much glue. Might need to hit up a blacksmith. Honestly, probably. I have so many tools that need to get sharpened. And I could probably do it. It's just a matter of I'm lazy. You're going to fold in, press down. Fold in, press down. Chop off a bunch of this excess that doesn't need to be here. Glue down what does. I'm going to cut that at an angle. And glue once more. And it's okay that it's ugly on this side. Okay, it's okay. And then we're gonna just chip chop. And yeah, we have a cushion. I can't imagine how rough my fingers are. Yeah, at least when I peel all the glue off, they'll be nice and exfoliated. Free exfoliation treatments. But that'll look good. That'll look so good. Now we have to wrap the back pretty much the same way and glue them together. I think this was the part of the fabric that I was, yeah. One of my cats just used the litter box and it is awful. It is so bad. I mean, at least they're using the litter box, but like, Jesus, I can smell it from here. It is gross. So I'm gonna start again at the top. It's part of the training arc. Absolutely. That worked so well. Did you see that? I just like folded it. Except for I didn't leave myself enough. I guess that's actually okay because I'm gonna want to glue this to the base anyway, so it'll be okay. I'm coping a little bit, but it's a nice stretchy fabric. And we chop like that. And we chop like that. I'm gonna make sure the corners are glued down well on this one. $100 it's oats with that stank. Honestly, you're probably 100% correct. If I had to guess which one of them is stanking up my house, it's usually him. It's usually him. My old kitty, her poops like never stink. And Hall's a good boy. Hall cuddles so much. He's a good boy, and his poops, they stink, but not nearly as bad. Not nearly as bad. Oats poops, and it's like, welcome to Auschwitz. That was a bad joke. Oh my god, did I just say that? I was like, you're getting gassed out. Oh no. Ignore that. Ignore that. They're just deadly, okay? They're deadly. That's all I meant by that. Check on that. No. It was mistake. I don't want to offend anybody. Ugh. I'm just gonna move on like that never happened. And then you fold, and then you press down, and you clip the excess. And this corner looks a little wonky. But the back looks good. That looks pretty good. I think okay. I might have to just like sneak in a piece right here to hide a little bit of the ugly. Yeah, that blends right in. And then you can't see as much of the ugly. And I need another glue stick. Oh my gosh, how many of these are gonna go through before, or almost need another glue stick? I guess I have like 2 squeezes in this before I can insert another one. Go in. Did my glue gun come like unplugged? It's not wanting to work as good right now. I don't know if I put it in wrong. But now we have a little upholstered seat. These sticks go out quick, right? Right? I think I'm using like, it's supposed to be a low temp hot glue gun, but I legitimately think that it's a hot temp hot glue gun and it's just a little stupid. Look at that. I don't know how there's a gap there. We measured how many times, but that's fine. The cushion will cover it. And I think that besides doing the front pieces, the cushion is the last part of like the main construction of the chair. So we'll get that done. That doesn't quite stretch enough, but this one will be perfect. So because like these ends, the shorter ends are going to be the front, I'm going to glue that down first. So that any weirdness will be on the sides instead of the front. Yeah. And then I'm going to glue each side. With the leather, I was able to just like fill in these corners, right? And then I was able to just like cut them off. But with fabric, I do think that I want to like pin and tuck them with the glue. I'm just a little worried that they're gonna look wonky, but I think that looks okay. Maybe if there's like this much excess. Yeah, so there's a lot of excess there. And that can be like the back part of the cushion. I don't really care. Now this side, I'm gonna do the same thing. A dab will do ya. And we've got a little cushion. And it's soft because of the felt. The puffs will give it character. Thematically, it's supposed to be one of those chairs that you find on the side of the road. So it's perfectly, or yeah, if it's perfectly if it's someone banged up. Yeah. Yeah. Need to take a sip of my coffee. And we're back. So the front pieces, where's my template for that? Arm, seat frame, okay. So we need 2 more pieces like that. And then we need 2 arm pieces to go in the front. I just banged up my mic, so I'm so sorry. That was a quick coffee break. Yeah, I just took a sip. I don't even have that much coffee left. Featuring my McDonald's collectible Mickey cup. 10 out of 10. It's iced coffee and it's not even cold anymore. I'm wondering if it would look good to have it like... No, I think I want to keep it in on brand. Is this the same size? No. Okay, I'll cut more. I'll cut more cardboard. For the arm, I'm gonna need 2 more. Do I have to do the back? I should probably do the back. What side looks better? I feel like at the top, this side looks better, but like, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Yeah, I don't know. My brain is like a little bit trying to keep up and like it is a little bit dying. Oh wait, do you mean the stream's lagging? Because that would also make sense. I thought you were talking about like, might just pause. My like, what the hell am I doing? What's worse, hot that gets cold or cold that gets room temperature? I would say cold that gets room temperature. Because like hot coffee that gets cold, it depends how long it's been sitting out because sometimes it'll get acidic, right? But yeah, yeah, I stand by my statement. More cardboard cutting. What time is it? It's 6 o'clock. Oh my God. Okay, I do have to be wrapped up by 7, otherwise the cats will go insane. But it shouldn't take that long to finish wrapping this. It really shouldn't. I would hope. Oh, that's not a straight line. And that one actually matters. Okay, we're gonna use a ruler this time. This happened the last time. I tried to cut that long of a line. It's okay. It's okay. Battery's dying. Nice to see you. Thank you. Nice to see you too. High five. Week-old coffee that's been sitting in the corner. Ugh. Ugh. If it's only been sitting for like 2 hours and the coffee is cold, then it's not that bad. But if it's like sitting out for hours, then no. Then no. Honestly, like one of my favorite coffees in the world is just diner coffee. There's something about the diner coffee that hits a little different. Like from Waffle House or like... I was gonna say IHOP, but IHOP doesn't have diner coffee. At least not the kind I'm talking about. Denny's used to have the best diner coffee at like 3 a.m. No, it has to be for a week. But it gets so acidic. How? How can you do that? Okay, and then I will use my handy dandy scissors to clip these corners a little bit so they're a little less harsh. Yes, yes, we're cooking here. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. It's a little too small of a strip of fabric. This might work. They're not exactly even. I should probably try to fix that. Specifically like this side. Hi, Cheese! Welcome, welcome. I am building a chair. Your grandfather used to take you to a bar diner back in the day. He was a fan of the bakeries too. Ooh. Ooh. I love a good like coffee and alcohol bar. So I'm gonna do, let me move my knife so I don't cut myself. We're gonna do a very edge. And I'm going to place this on the very edge. And then I'm going to do kind of the same thing here. Because it's stretchy, it's like really working in my favor with the glue. That being said, I do have a little bit too much excess fabric right here. It's been so long. I know. I'm still technically on hiatus because I'm just getting shit done, but I miss you guys a lot when I'm gone. And all I can think about when I'm gone is like, when can I go back? But then I'm like, I don't want to stream too much in case like I get super busy, and then I feel bad if I don't stream for another week. I don't know. I got them mixed feelings. I'm gonna put a dot here. Your friends and I started making. Oh, right. You were telling me about that in Discord. How's that going? That's why we call these gorilla streams. Yeah. That looks pretty good. Wait a minute. I'm impressed with myself. I have too much glue on my fingers, but other than that, that doesn't look half bad, especially because it's gonna go like right here. Boom. It'll be nice. Oh, you have the first videos done? Wicked, wicked. I have so much glue. This is so like one of those things that like I can only ignore it for so long because it's just one of those textures. Okay, so let's do the same thing here. I'm going to run, I can run it along the bottom of that. Stick it. And then glue. Trim the excess. And glue. Oh, try not to rip it off the other side. Boop. We can do this. We can do this. We can do this. Ah. Oh. Well, I'm sure the audio quality will get better. I don't know how to fix audio quality other than like better mics. That's the only thing I know how to do. And even then, I'm pretty sure my audio quality right now is not very good, but I forgot to do a test audio before stream. Oh, the audio's through Discord? Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Um, that's fun. I haven't played The Sims in a while. I should play The Sims again. I've been thinking about that a lot lately because like I've been seeing other people play The Sims and it makes me like really excited. I just got really mad. They're like they needed to like keep having you download more content and buy more content. And I know that there's a way around that, but it's not legal. So I've been hesitant. Okay, we're gonna cut out the middle piece too before we start gluing more. But yeah, I have been thinking about The Sims. I've been thinking specifically about like legacy challenges and how I just gave up on Captain Baroque. But I'm gonna be honest, I wanted to love his character. I wanted to love his character so bad. And then I got bored of him. I got kind of bored of him. I was like, he's a pirate. That's cool. I wish he was a side character. And I was like on how I love The Sims 3, I love The Sims 3, and then I played The Sims 3 and it was being so laggy. And it was kind of pissing me off. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll try it again soon though, because I do miss The Sims. Okay, so that fits. And then we need a piece like this. Probably don't need as big of a piece of this, but we'll do our best. I can cut it like right there. I can access the fabric. I just cut that too short. How did I do that? I genuinely do not know. It's okay. It's okay. We have more. We have more fabric. This is an old pair of pajama pants, so I'm already recycling. Like, I don't have to feel bad about wasting. I have to remind myself that a lot, because I'm always like, I don't want to waste the material. And it's like, Billy, you are literally using cardboard from an old box and PJs that you have had in your recycle bin for clothing for like a year now. You are not wasting shit. Okay, and I'm gonna trim off the edge. The Sims 4 never ends even after they made it free. Yeah. Sailing the seven seas with the giant white whale now. Yeah. I have not heard of Bungo Stray Dogs. I'm gonna be honest, I need to watch more anime and I recognize that all the time and then I forget. You know what I have been watching? Ironically, because I was like, you know, I've seen too many clips of this show and I haven't wanted to watch it because of it, is Fresh Off the Boat. I caved and I found it and I've been watching it a lot. And it's kind of funny. It's a good little comedy. I don't know why I'm talking like that. Like old Greg. If you do watch anime, I'd suggest Bungo Stray Dogs. It's really good. Ooh, I'll have to look into it. I have a like running list of anime that people have been suggesting, so I'll add it. I'll add it to my list. What's it about? Is it about stray dogs? Or is it like a gang that's called the Stray Dogs? You stop watching anime not because you don't want to, but because you have a feeling of emptiness when it gets oh I get that. I get that. Because like sometimes it ends and you're just like that was it. I didn't want it to end, but that was it. Like, you're not gonna tell us how it really ends? Trying to make this as least bulky as possible. Because this part does kind of have to fit a specific spot. Okay. wondering if I should go through the effort of taking a small piece and just running it across there, and I think I'm going to, because I have the extra fabric and because I just think it'll make it look cleaner. As if this could look cleaner. I mean, look at the inside of this. It looks so not clean. It's fine though. It's fine. So now we're gonna take our middle piece and our two end pieces and just stick them on there to finish off the project. And I think, or well, not finish off, because we're not quite done. We still have to do the cushions, like gluing them in place, but it'll finish this part off to look nice. You know what I mean? Another glue stick? Really? Really? Is it just because I'm like leaving it on and I just whacked the screen with the glue stick? So hopefully I didn't get glue on you. Sometimes my glue gun also doesn't like feeding the mini sticks through like it's supposed to. It is bothersome. Oh no. It's a little bit, I made the middle piece a little bit too long. It's fine. It's an old crusty dusty couch. It's fine. We're gonna glue in this piece, the soft side facing inward. And I guess we're really just gonna have to glue it like, hold on, how far in? Yeah. On the harder part of this, and then up. And then on the other side, do the same thing. Sorry if I'm like a little bit distracted. I'm trying to work on my craft. Haha! It's basically about a gang war about a few groups, and the main group being armed detective agency. Ooh, part mafia, the guild, and specified gifted division of the government. Huh. I do love mob shows. I love mob shows. That side doesn't look as good as this side. There we go. I mean, the back looks a little goofy. I think we should probably put a back piece on here. Just like a rectangle. A covered rectangle. I think it'll clean it up very nicely. And it's only 6:18. I honestly thought this was going to take longer when I realized it was 6 o'clock earlier, and I was like, oh no. But I think we're doing good. I think we're doing good on time. What time did I even start the stream? 4? Something like that. Imagine if you could build a real chair in 2 hours. That would be like some cool shit. Okay, that's about... I'm just gonna go a lot further off. And then I'm gonna cut off about that much from the top, I think. And then I'm gonna round, or no, I'm just gonna go further down. was thinking of rounding the corners, but honestly, I think it's gonna look better if I don't. Okay, yeah, like that. And then one last piece of wrapping. Hopefully. Hopefully we don't have to wrap anymore after this. Good use of the time you have, yeah. A lot of people with powers, and everyone who has powers is named after a dead writer. Interesting. It's looking like the kind of chair you would find in an old trailer, meaning perfect. Yes, perfect. All things considered, like, I don't even think it looks that bad. Like, this would be a nice chair to find on the side of the road, you know? If I found this chair on the side of the road, I would take it too. I'm gonna cut the excess. This is a great use of like old pajamas too. 10 out of 10. Now I have a bunch of scraps too. I can make other things out of the scraps. So many ideas. So I'm gonna glue down the corner. Drop my scissors again because I'm a little bit clumsy. And I will fold the corner before gluing down that, I think. It's down. And as long as the top looks good, I really don't think the bottom's gonna matter in terms of how neatly it's wrapped. So I'm gonna still try to not make it look like ugly, but I'm also not gonna get super caught up on it. Yeah. You know what's stuck in my head right now for no apparent reason is like, I like the teeth that sparkle, just like the stars in space. My Shiny Teeth and Me from the Fairly Odd Parents. I don't know why. I like literally haven't heard that song in at least a couple years, but freaking Chip Skylark stuck in my head. My shiny teeth and me, shiny teeth, shiny teeth. You moved your house and you just recently today put up curtains for the doorways in your room? Ooh, cool. I've had to do that before. Like back in the day. Hell yeah, this is gonna fit perfect. This is gonna fit perfect. I don't know what side I want to be the top. I think that side. Either's fine. Just gonna add like a bunch of glue back here. I know you can't see the glue that I'm adding right now, but you've seen me glue enough things to understand that I'm gluing and using a lot of glue. A ridiculous amount of glue. I'm gonna go through that whole glue stick that I just popped in there. Amounts of glue. I think my glue gun might have turned off because I've had it on for so long. Because I am having to force the glue to come out. This way. Hell yeah! Hell yeah! It's a little bit wonky, but it works. It works. And honestly, like, it doesn't even look that bad. It could look a lot worse. I mean, this arm is a little bit off, and it could be more straight. But considering I made it on stream and I didn't take 3 days to make it like the other one, not bad. I think we need to add legs, but I don't know what I have for legs. Let me check real quick. Oops. Don't knock the camera over. Yelling at myself is normal. Don't mind me. Okay. I think for this one, it's thematically correct. Perfection incarnate. Thank you, thank you. Using Minecraft commands to make the chair. Sometimes it happens. Song comes back and sticks for a bit. Yeah. I'm thinking maybe something like these could be really cute, but I also think they're going to be really low to the ground. Like, let's test a doll in it. Can Billie fit her big boot? Okay, well, her legs are stupid. She can fit in it. Let's try Janelle. Janelle is a little bit more ergonomic when it comes to sitting. Yeah, she's like, this could use a little more cushion. But she's not above this. We definitely need taller legs, which means I'm gonna have to paint dowels, and that's gonna take quite a while to dry and like get set up. So we're just gonna imagine it has the same legs as this chair that I made, and maybe not the exact same legs, because I think that it does, it's about the same height from here to here, but I think I'm gonna use wider legs. I will update you later on those. I don't think I have more crafting in me. That was Billie after one too many drinks, pretty much. Pretty much, just like, I can't craft anymore. What else do I have for legs? So I might have to like put 2 on top of each other, and then like, I don't know. It's just a little low to the ground. It's just a little low, but it works. Technically, there's nothing entirely wrong with this chair other than it's just not as pretty as the other one. The leather was both easier and harder to work with because it was a stiffer fabric, so it couldn't stretch as much, but then because it didn't stretch as much, I didn't have as many mistakes. I think next time I might cut out the cardboard pieces before I stream the chair. I'm learning how to stream and craft on stream, so I'm learning. I'm not mad at it. I could be a lot more mad at it, you know? It works. I think that's where I'm going to call the crafting part of the stream. Where is my mouse? Oh, there it is. And I gotta unplug my hot glue gun. Safety first. Always unplug your hot glue gun. The learning curve. Yeah. You know, I think because I jump around and do so many different kinds of streams, like sometimes I'll do crafting, sometimes I'll do gaming, sometimes I do cooking, that it's like a little hard to be good at all of them all the time and like have the rhythm going, if that makes sense. So I think I'm going to try to like niche down in the future. Maybe not immediately, because right now we're in a guerrilla phase of like doing whatever the fuck I want, whenever I want, because I don't have a lot of time. But like in the future, when I have more time to thoroughly plan out my streams and I can bring you guys better content, that might be the goal. We should fear the Goose is learning, and soon she'll be able to open doors, and then she'll be unstoppable. Oh my gosh, yes, yes. Yeah, don't set your house on fire. No setting houses on fire. It's very important. I think I'm going to take some of these scraps, though, because I was just, like, looking at some of these, and I was like, they could be a cute top on my dolls, or maybe I could learn how to make some of them into shorts. I don't know. Eventually. That's a future project. That's a future Billie project for me to work on. So, yeah. I've had fun hanging out with you guys today. I was, like, I don't know, missing you. I was missing you guys. I missed streaming for a minute. Billie, have you seen A Christmas Story? I want to say yes, but I don't remember specifically which one A Christmas Story is. Is that the one with the pink bunny suit? And like, you're gonna poke your eye or shoot your eye out. That one, right? Right? Yes, yes, then I have seen that one. Very long time ago. Fragile. This year I watched Jingle All the Way and Die Hard. Die Hard's a great Christmas movie. And then I watched Die Harder, which is the second Die Hard. If you couldn't tell from the title. I watched so many Christmas movies this year. And I'm so mad that I didn't get to have our holidays watch along because there was a movie I wanted to watch with you guys. But that's fine. That's fine. Next year, this year, technically, but you know what I mean. You know, you get the point. We'll have a watch along someday soon. I think I am gonna get going though, because it's a little late and the cats are gonna kill me if I don't feed them soon. Like, they really like their poultry dinner, and like, your goose is at risk. It's fine is your motto. It really should. That should be like my saying. It's just, it's fine. But yeah, thank you so much for hanging out. I'm not really sure when I'm going to be streaming next, but I always try to post on Twitter or on Discord. I think I forgot to actually post on Discord, but Carlbot did it for me, so like, yay. But yeah, I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Bye! Thank you guys so much! I love you!